Just going to check it's broadcasting. You never know. Just got to see my fat face. There I am. Good. Hello, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone who voted in this Radio Times poll to find the best modern comedy. And you voted in your millions, and Afterlife was chosen. So thank you so much. It was only comedies of the last 15 years, in case anyone's going, what about so and so? So Afterlife, a clear winner. And second was Detectorists by my old chum, Mackenzie Crook. So a nice office connection there. Right. Talking of which, the office. On the 9th of July, you may or may not know, is the 25-year anniversary of The Office first being broadcast. And so we at Dutch Barn have made this. What a beautiful thing that is. And this is obviously a one-off, but if you wanted to, we could make a few more if you wanted to buy one. It's 1 litre. It's the real thing. It's the real classic Dutch Barn vodka, 40% alcohol. But as you can see, it's made especially to commemorate 25 years of The Office and David Brent. And there is David Brent doing his classic little dance. So we're not going to make many, and it's a lot of time and effort, right, to change the whole sort of process and bottling and printing and everything. So you can pre-order. So if you want one, you can pre-order from Tuesday at 3 p.m. This Tuesday, 3 p.m, dutchbarn.com, pre-order. Then we know, okay, it's worth it. All these people want it. Let's make some. So yeah, dutchbarn.com, Tuesday, 3 p.m. Little David Brent on a bottle. Anyway, right. Been a beautiful day in the capital. Which capital, Rick? London. Old London town. Londinium. Yeah? The smoke. The devil's pudding. I just made that. Although, I reckon the devil's pudding probably is slang in prison somewhere, isn't it? Come over here and have your devil's pudding. I don't know. Anyway, yes, it's been a beautiful day in London. Right, I've got some questions. Jessica, I've written part 1 of a sitcom. What should I do with it now? Who do I contact? Is a pilot script enough to get people interested? Or would I need to write more? Well, you don't need to write more. A pilot script is enough, clearly. I don't know the best thing to do. I don't know who to go. I don't know whether I'm assuming you're new, so you haven't got an agent and you don't know a publishing or production company, and you don't know anyone in TV. So I don't know what's best to do first. What I did, as you probably know, I made my own pilot. I just, I filmed David Brent doing stuff. If you can do that, that's great. Even for yourself, you don't have to show it anyway. But if you can, I don't know if you're an actor or an actress but if you can get someone to try it out, that might be good anyway. I honestly don't know what. I don't think there's one way to do it. People now get famous for all different sorts of reasons and get a foot in the door. That Instagrammers, YouTubers, influencers, just people who are big, just people who are doing it live. I don't think there's ever been one way, and the standard way has certainly changed, where, you know, you sent it off to the BBC and hope someone read it. Um, uh, just try and make it if you can. If not, you still can send it to production companies and uh, broadcasters direct. You know, they're still looking. They're crying out for stuff. The good thing is, most stuff they read is rubbish. So if yours is any good at all, it should stand out. But no, you don't need to do more than a pilot at this stage for someone to read it. But you know, it's still a lottery. Well, good luck, Sybil. Despite sharing the same deep love for animals, I haven't seen you collaborate with Morrissey. Why is that? It's a good question. I don't know. Does Morrissey collaborate? What could we do together? I don't think he'd let me sing a song with him. I don't know if he can act. Uh, I don't know if he'd turn up. He he's known to cancel the odd engagement, isn't he? Well, I tell you what, this isn't a collaboration, but I am using "There Is a Light" by the Smiths in Alley Cats, out next month, month after, 2 months after. It's August. And I had to write a nice letter to Morrissey and Johnny Marr, and they both said yes, which was nice. So yeah, we got a big chunk of "There Is a Light" by the Smiths, Alley Cats, August 7th. Uh, Jacob, could you talk more about Alley Cats? Like, what is the premise of the story? So, they're a bunch of feral cats. They live in this sort of burnt out house, dilapidated house, like a terrace house that's sort of like been burnt, fallen down, and they live in the basement. And the furniture's been left there. So it looks like a sitcom. They sit on the couch and they watch the telly that's on. Uh, and they're just surviving. The sort of joke is they're influenced by what the telly they're watching, and they're angry and they shout at it. Like, it's sort of like, I don't know, a cross between Gogglebox, Derek and Clive, a podcast, Only Fools and Horses, and George Orwell. And so these cats, they watch the telly, slag it off, get angry, go out, try and do something, fail miserably very often. They have adventures, really. So that's it. That's the premise, really. Uh, Jenna, how are the Ricky and Friends gigs going? How much material do you have for your show now? Last one I did 37 minutes, and that's already a bit honed. That's not 37 shit minutes. I had to do like 65 shit minutes to get 37 decent minutes. So when I've got 60 decent minutes, I'll start doing bigger shows and put some tickets on sale and know that it'll be nice and ready for autumn, maybe. The UK ones will be sort of autumn to Christmas, then I do the European ones, then I do the North American ones. But it's going great. It's my favorite bit. Um, and you know, I like the fact that they're getting in pretty cheap and they're looking behind the curtain and they're seeing us try stuff. It's just the best. But yeah, it's going great. Leslie, your choice of profession if you hadn't gone into the entertainment industry. Oh, that's so tough. I mean, I think I'd have done something like uh, working on the periphery of science or academia or teaching, or maybe I like marketing. It'd still have to be quite creative, I think. I'd get on any rung of any ladder that was sort of creative. Uh, but I considered teaching. Um, but I think I've found what I'm good at. Um, Jacqueline, have you ever thought about doing a stage play? Your acting in Afterlife was incredible. Thank you very much. And I have thought about it, and I get an adrenaline rush, and I think I'd never sleep. And the only way I could do a stage play is if I'd written it. If I wrote and directed something and produced it, I could do it for 3 weeks because I wouldn't be letting anyone down. The worry about doing a stage play for me is not just learning the lines, and particularly something like if you do Shakespeare, where people in the audience know you've gone wrong. Oh God. And you can't suddenly ad lib to get out of it. That I don't think they'd applaud me for that. They're going, "Oh, great, he forgot his lines, but he ad libbed. It was better than Shakespeare." I don't think I could get away with that. So I could see me. I had an idea for I've had a few, and then I go, Rick, don't. You don't need to do this. But I did think of doing a stage play that was written by David Brent. So it was a vanity project that David Brent had written, and he'd go, hi, this is his life story or something, and it would be quite sort of cheesy, like he'd have voiceovers coming in like that. So yeah, he'd go, Mum, yeah, I was born in. I just think it would it'd take a lot of writing though, wouldn't it? It's just a lot of effort. Oh God. Oh dear, I don't want to do anything. For Antilli. Stan Laurel was asked what comedy was. He said, all I know is I learned how to get laughs, and that's all I know about it. You have to learn what people will laugh at, then proceed accordingly. Spot on, isn't it? What do you make of his thoughts and his brilliance? Well, he's the best. He's the best. There's never been anyone like him, or not as good. He sort of started it all. Before Stan, no one did that, what he did. Um, yeah, I absolutely love him. He was a proper genius. I Dick Van Dyke uh told me a lovely story. Have I told you this? I'm not sure. Um, way after Lauren Hardy, uh, Oliver Hardy was dead, and Stan lived in an apartment in LA, and every Sunday Dick Van Dyke would go and visit uh, an elderly Stan Laurel, and he said Stan would show him the sketches he'd written that week for Lauren Hardy. How sweet is that? It's just still working till the end. I love him. Estrogeny. Why are cats the best animal? It's a good question, isn't it? I mean, okay, that's sort of a joke question, but I know what you mean. I mean, all animals are the best. All animals are unconditionally perfect, aren't they? They're perfect because they're the result of 3.5 billion years of evolution. They work. They're still around. They're as good. They're as good as they can be. Right? But I know what you mean with cats. They're pretty special. In fact, there was an article recently that took it quite seriously. Why are cats the best animal? And they're quite extraordinary. Their design, the fact that they can just jump 3 times their 6 times their height it was. Also, they heal themselves. Their purr is the same frequency that cartilage and muscle heal at. They're mad. They're crazy. Like see in the fucking dark. Yeah, they are. Uh, and they're just like they've got everything, haven't they? They're sort of They're lovely, beautiful, and cuddly, and they're killing machines. They're tiny lions that like you to brush them. They're great. Ginger Monster Ziggy. Why won't you answer my question? I'm answering it every time. Choice: global singing superstar or global comedian. Easy now. Would have been difficult a few years ago. In fact, I'd have probably said, well, I know I would have. 40 years ago, I'd have said global singing superstar. That didn't work out. But now I've seen the other side of it, I think not only did I make the right decision, that I probably would choose that now actively. Also, it's not good to be a fat, grumpy, 60-something pop star, is it? It's not. You can do that with comedy. Yeah, global comedian. Simple as that. What do you want to do? What I'm doing now. Fine. Jovo, would you ever go on Who Do You Think You Are? Love to see your family history. Not sure that I would. I actually have been offered it a couple of times. I've been offered the English one and the American one. And the reason I don't do it, it gives me the creeps a little bit. I don't mind finding out about my ancestors, but I don't want to do it live on camera. You know what I mean? What if you find out your granddad was a murderer and he kept it quiet? Although he probably couldn't keep it quiet if they knew. You know what I mean, though? You're not going to find out anything good, are you? You're not going to find out, oh, it says here that technically you own Lloyd's Bank. You know what I mean? And it's never going to be that, is it? Also, I don't want to be on camera talking about, well, I can't stand it when you see an actor. Oh God, the worst bit is when they cry because their great grandmother died in a ditch, and they're going, "Oh, granny." So you don't know her. You don't know her. 200 years ago. You're related to people now that's that. You know what I mean? How far back do you go? Your great lived in a cave. Yeah, Neanderthal. Your great 10,000 times lived in a tree. Yeah, yeah, he was a chimp. I mean, no, I don't think I would. Good. Julia, what will you be doing in 10 years' time? Fucking hell. What will be England, the world like? Better or worse? How can we predict? I mean, in general, I think you'd have to say the world has got better and better, hasn't it? All the things that count. I mean, it goes like that, but the graph goes up, doesn't it? Longevity, technology, medicine, affluence, everything in general is better. There's blips that go back and forth. Well, we've been in one, I think. I think, you know, certain things, you know, even the culture war, the fight for free speech, and there's always a bit of madness that comes in. Cults, you know, it's like I couldn't predict, and it depends where you are, what you count as good and bad. I mean, that's why there's arguments, isn't it? That's why there's wars. People disagree on what's good and what's better. Not all progress is better. That's the other thing. What will I be doing? Oh, fuck me, sitting in a heap, waiting for death. Doing this. Answering the same fucking stupid questions. Fucking hell. I don't know. I don't know. Still pottering like Stan Laurel. I don't know. You know, as long as I can get about, That'd be the worst thing if you can't get about. I can't, you know, you want to just get around, don't you, and do stuff. Uh, Henry, when you were younger, how did you push past the fear, if any, of ridicule long enough to finally share your creativity publicly? Fear's the wrong word. I don't know. I didn't bother for ages. I didn't think it was a job. I was pretty happy. I wasn't sitting around going, "Oh my God, I've got to become a global comedian. I've got to write." I never thought that. I sort of fell into it. Um, I was never scared of sharing my creativity because I didn't care what people thought about it. I enjoyed it. I think everyone's got to be creative. I think that for me, the fear would be not being creative. Uh, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean, and that's fine as well. If you can't bear to show people your poetry or your paintings, that's fine as well. Still do them. Keep your poetry in a drawer. You know, put your painting up in your toilet. I think it's just better to. And who cares what people think? Who fucking cares? Jesus Christ. That's another thing that's wrong with the world. Too many people, they're jealous of you. They're going, you shouldn't do that. What are you doing that for? Well, because I don't want to be like you. Just say to them, fuck off. Do it. They're missing out by not doing it. Don't care what people think about you or what you do. Unless you're a serial killer, then you should care and you should stop and turn yourself in. um, Paul, not sure whether you've ever been asked this, but would you ever do last one laughing? Don't think so. It's not. I mean, I watched bits. I didn't watch the show, but I watched all the clips, and you know, there's lots of things that I enjoy that I wouldn't do. I love the traitors, and I wouldn't do it. You know, why do you have to film it? That's what I think. And also, it's such a false. I'd be worried that I'd genuinely be worried that I wouldn't find anything funny because I think everyone was trying too hard. So I wind up. I go, sorry, you trying to be funny now? Just like, so they lost that. I'd end up I'd pretend to laugh to make them feel better. Okay. I'm pretty sure I could go in there. I'd probably laugh at how bad I thought some people were doing because not everyone can be funny. There might be funny people in there, but the unfunny people trying to be funny, that would make me laugh more. So it's probably best I don't go on there for everyone's sake. Shaz C. What was the most emotional scene you've ever filmed? For me, it was Derek and Ivor. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was. That was, yeah, that was tough. It was tough anyway. It was tough to get the dog to act not dead and then dead. It was easy to get the act not dead, but going from, okay, and act not dead, you try to a dog and now act dead. You know what I mean? That's a tricky bit. Um, I knew I could only do it once, cry like that. So I made sure everyone, we had two cameras, and I made sure everyone, they just had to get all their lines right and just watch me get snotty. But yeah, it's that. I don't think I've ever done anything with that. Well, there's one scene in Afterlife on the bench where I start drinking a bottle of wine. That one was tough as well. And that went on for ages. That was a really long scene. And we even cut it down because it was long. And I had to be sort of grizzling all the fucking time and bursting into tears. But as a finished piece from beginning to end, it's me putting down Ivor in Derek. Another one. Final one, in fact. Wings over Scotland. Are skin on chips ever acceptable? No, it's annoying, isn't it? It's like, why are they leaving that skin on? Is it because it's easier? Is it trendy? Are they pretending that it's you know, better for you? It probably is, but you're eating chips. How much good can get a bit of you're having chips? Eat fucking chips. So no, I don't like trendy skin on chips. I mean, they're all right, potato wedges, but if you've ordered chips, or even better, fries, you know what I mean? Go for it. Have chips with tomato sauce or English mustard. Try that, guys. Be careful. I've I've had my chips with English mustard before, and you put too much on. I go, goes through your nose, and go, oh, too much, and you go, oh, you do it again. Very bad learning curve. Well, there you go. That was YouTube Live. I'm getting into this now. I mean, I'm not saying it's good, but I'm enjoying it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on X, Facebook, and Instagram. I need to get my Instagram. I've only got 5 million Instagram followers, and I want like 50 million, so I never have to do anything again. If I've got that, I just tell people I'm doing this. I do this. I say I've got a show out. I say I've got a special bottle out, and that's. I never have to leave the house. Oh God. That was fun. Right. So go to dutchbarn.com, and from Tuesday at 3 p.m, please pre-order this special anniversary edition of Dutch Barn. Yeah, look at that. And you can drink it. It's got a cork, so the only thing you ruin is the seal. So you've got a perfect. Even drink it, you've still got a lovely objet d'art sitting there. So yeah, right. Well, that's it. Thank you very much. Subscribe, follow, all that. Thanks for voting Afterlife best comedy ever. Best comedy ever of the last 15 years. It annoyed all the right people as well. So thanks for always doing that. It's not the winning, it's the people it annoys. Any poll, I love it when someone shows you a poll, right? And there's always people going, I don't agree with that. No, it's no. Well, if you voted, your vote counted, but it's not a definitive. It's not who crossed the line first. It's more people like that one at the top. Why would you argue with a poll? It's like arguing with maths. Right, another pointless rant about nothing. Thank you very much. See you next Sunday. Order the bottle. Follow. Be nice to